Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be learning how to replace the brake shoes on semi-trucks and trailers. First things first, you're going to make sure to take off the parking brake of whatever you're working on, but make sure that it's not going to move. In my case, I'm working on a trailer. I have the trailer parking brake off, but it's attached to a truck and the truck has parking brake on, so it shouldn't be able to move anywhere. So, first things first, you're going to jack up the axle which you're working on, and you're going to take off the wheels. Once you take the wheels off, slide the drum off. If it's not able to slide off, then that means it's either rusted on these niches right here on the hub, or the slack needs to be backed off, or both. So if it's stuck, then you would take a hammer and you would hit on these notches a couple times on the drum. If it's still not able to slide off, try to loosen the slack, and then it should be able to come off. So once that comes off, next what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a screwdriver or some kind. There's gonna be a spring on here. It's gonna hold these two brake shoes together. You're gonna take the screwdriver, you're gonna slide it in between those notches, pull it back, and the spring should be able to come off. Careful, have your safety goggles on, just in case it decides to come into your face. So once you take these off, the brake shoes should be able to come off pretty easy. What you're gonna have next is something like this almost. You're gonna have basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take an air hammer, and there's gonna be two bushings on each of these holes. There's gonna be a bushing like so that goes in there, and this kind of bushings. First bushing you're gonna take off is this one. You're gonna use the air hammer to push this bushing out. Once you push this bushing out, use the air hammer with this kind of tool that goes into it. You're gonna push this bushing out, that one that's over here. You're gonna hammer that out. Half the time you won't be able to take the bushings out just like that. You're gonna have to, if it doesn't want to come off, if you're hammering at it, it doesn't want to come off, you're gonna have to heat this part of the metal up, cherry hot to cherry hot, not past there, because if you do past there, then you gotta boo-boo. You're gonna heat it up, and you're gonna try to air hammer these bushings out again. So once you hammer them out again, you're gonna get a brake shoe kit, and it's gonna have these parts in them. Let me show you what they have. You're gonna take the new bushings, you're gonna apply anti-seize on them. The reason you want to put anti-seize on them is so that you don't have to heat up that metal right there again when you're doing the brake shoes on next time. You're gonna put anti-seize on them, you're gonna hammer the new bushings in. You want to do it as straight as possible, that way you don't damage these bushings. You're gonna hammer them in there. Once you hammer them in there, you should be able to put anti-seize on these bushings as well and slide them in. If they go a little hard, that's fine. Try to tap them in with a regular hammer, and they should be able to tap in there. Try to tap them back and forth, make sure they slide at least somewhat in there. So once you got that, you're gonna come to your new brake shoes, and you're gonna have these pins in the kit. You're gonna put these pins into here. Here's where the hole is. You're gonna put those pins right there, and you're gonna hammer them in like so on each side. It's on both sides. Boom. You got both pins in. Next, what you're gonna do is, give me a moment. You're gonna have these springs like that, and they go on these pins right here. Put them on like so. You got one side, put them on this side right here, slide them through, pull them in. It should be able to click in like that, like so. I'm gonna do it again to show you. I'm working with one hand over here, so bear with me. Okay, so once you get those in, you're gonna have this big spring over here. You're gonna attach it to both of these pins that you just hammered in. So, and then you're gonna be able to put the brake shoes on. If you're not able to do that, then before that, try to adjust the S-stem to where it's in this kind of position. That way you should be able to easily slide the brake shoes on. Once you do that, it's gonna look something like this. So you're gonna put these two springs that came in the kit, the new ones, on like so, and you're gonna use this tool right here. The hook goes on here on the spring itself. Bear with me. And the pointy side goes in this hole right there. What you're gonna do is you're gonna compress the spring, put it in there, tap it in there, tap both sides, make sure they're all both in. Do the same for the other side. And then you're gonna slide the brake drum on. You're gonna put the wheels on, torque the wheels, and then you're gonna drop the axles. After that, you're not done. The most important part is make sure you have air in the trailer, at least 100 pounds of air. If you have at least 100 pounds of air, make sure the parking brake is still on. You're gonna adjust the slacks. The reason why is because you don't want a trailer with no brakes. The driver leaves and he says, "Why are my brakes not working?" You're gonna tighten the slack adjuster, and then you're gonna back it off to whatever specs the manufacturer has it at. And that should be everything to replace the brake shoes on semi-trucks and trailers. Like always, like and subscribe, and have a good day.